items.
How can you be Italian with a green accent? It doesn't work, America. I'm supposed to be Italian. Do I sound Italian to you? No, I don't.
I don't know what you sound
What
like
the fuck
right
is
now.
that?
You went from Irish to Asian.
Sound like a man who reached for a gummy bear and found a gummy bear.
Whew, wow. The power of the Eddie.
Anyway, happy Halloween, America. Welcome to the sack.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah, you are. You're there. The redoubtable one himself, Mario, the highly questioned one, Luigi. You know the usual suspects. Here we are. Happy Halloween. It was a fun night.
It was a great night.
Fun night.
And continues.
And to the families out there that did decorate their homes, very impressed. Very impressed. They were all well done. All of them, top notch. They were great. They were fun.
Festive.
Very festive. I loved it. We really did. So, but this is IDD for those of you. I don't disagree for those of you just discovering, life after the afterlife.
Life after the afterlife.
Afterlife.
The double heaven.
That one, yes.
Because
we would be in double heaven, wouldn't we?
well, that is.
We are music to our fans' ears.
I mean, it's a very
We
interesting
are the definition
question.
of eye candy.
If there
Halloween.
is some afterlife, do you eventually die in that afterlife?
I don't know.
I would think you do.
Ask me in 5 million years.
Why would that afterlife go on forever if this life doesn't?
I don't know. It's not part of my plan. My plan would be to get this fucking mustache to stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, some of us prepared. We grew it over time, dedication.
If I turn this camera around, you see my decorations, you will change that you're prepared. Anyway. But to his credit.
He's right about the decoration.
To his credit, though, that he responded well. That was the best display they've ever had.
Well, that was all good. Casey and the kiddos.
It was last minute, but they got it
helped.
done. Yeah, Mia helped out. It was good.
It was a solid performance.
It was solid. Next year we gotta get that something on the side there that's black, like the ghost. That'll complete it. That'll be perfect. Yeah. Anyway, other than that, it was really good. And kudos to the Creekmores. Thank God for that blood transfusion, man. I tell you, I don't know if I was gonna make it.
I know.
But
at the start of Halloween.
Nothing like 2 quarts of the good stuff.
Yeah, you throw 137 proof.
Yeah.
Rummy
like some CCCs of how's your father?
Yeah.
Where's your sister?
Talk about a transfusion.
Yeah. Fuck this stupid
Oh
thing.
my God.
Anyway,
thank you for taking that fraudulent stash.
It was a fraudulent stash at that. That's terrible, America.
Mario Luigi here. Let's go. What are we talking about?
Well,
today?
we have completed now. Was it week 8? Week 8. And trade deadline came and went at 4 p.m. They some very interesting trades. San Francisco didn't hold back. They most explosive offense probably in the league when they got everybody. They said, you know what, our defense just isn't quite nasty enough. And went out and didn't get 1 but 2 pass rushers on the trade deadline, as if they didn't have enough of them to throw at you with Bosa in the gang. But now they just added firepower. So their front seven just got better. I didn't think that was possible.
You said 2, so they got Chase Young. Who else did they get?
Some other dude. I forget who it was. 2 of them, though.
Not as big a name as that, though, right? Or is it a...
He was the biggest one.
Yeah, Chase Young was the big one.
They got another one, too, but he was the one that really... Anyway, the bottom line, San Fran's front seven just got nastier.
Well, they haven't been able to sack people lately.
No, they have not. But now with him and Bosa on either bookends, who do you can't double team. You can't leave one of them one-on-one. Now you got to.
They already had Hargrave on there with Bosa.
I'm saying they're gonna move this guy. Listen, man, Chase Young.
It should help. Yeah,
it's gonna help.
It should.
I'm just saying they just got filthy. And Minnesota got the quarterback Dobbs there, Dubes, who was pretty solid. He's looked pretty good for Arizona, so that might be good for them. Giving Kirk Cousins the bad news with Cousins. I mean, they're 4-4. They're not out of it.
I was surprised to see Arizona get rid, but then I heard, is Kyler back?
He's back.
Okay.
He's practicing.
So then that makes sense.
Yeah, it's his job. So, I mean, look, they got a second-round pick for him or something like that. Whatever
No, it was like a 7th.
Only a 7th? He was starting.
A 6th or a 7th.
He was starting and winning.
He was like a 3rd round. You know, he was like a 3rd.
I like a 3rd? Well, yeah, but he was starting. I mean, I thought you get at least a 3rd rounder for him.
I mean, they were only playing him because Kyler Murray was hurt. You know,
he made a good showing for himself.
I agree with you.
He did.
Yeah, I agree.
He really did. So anyway,
we'll see what they got.
But anyway, yeah, that all happened today. The Mac Jones bullshit, thank God, did not.
6th rounder.
6th rounder. The Mac Jones bullshit was just that. Still laughing at people bashing him on this one. And I posed the question today on one of the many Patriots Facebook ads groups that I'm on. It's very simple because they were all saying, "Well, Mac can't do this." I said, "Really? Well, what was Tua before he got this guy and this guy?" And I went right down the list. Mm-hmm. I said, "The problem with you Mac Jones you Mac haters, I call you, is you're fucking idiots. you ignore fucking facts. The facts are all the quarterbacks in this league that are now excelling at one time, with the exception of Purdy, who got handed a Ferrari, were being questioned. Josh Allen in Buffalo before he got Diggs was being
But
questioned.
now it's happening to Purdy.
I'm saying that yeah, because he lost
'Cause he
Debo.
finally lost,
He
yeah.
lost Debo, and all of a sudden, and by the way, he still has Kittles, he still has McCaffrey. He lost Debo, and he went to shit. And he still,
has more than most.
He still has more than most, and he went to shit. So the question on him should be is merited because Debo's a big loss, but you got those other three guys. You can offset the loss of
But
Debo.
the question on him, of course, it's merited. The guy hasn't even played 16 games in the NFL.
No, but he's lost.
So he's going to go through these growing pains. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way
In the
he's
last-
just going to be Joe Montana from day one.
In
forever.
the last 3 games, he threw more interceptions than in a previous 14 or 15. So that was telling. And the only thing that was noticeably different was Debo Samuel wasn't there.
Yeah, but he hasn't played 14 games, has he?
No. Counting the playoff game he's played. He played 9 last season.
Oh, did he play 9 last
Yeah,
season?
because he started he got knocked out in the NFC title game.
Okay.
He started and he played it. So
So maybe he has played.
he's
15,
played
16
around 15, 16 games. The bottom line is he lost 1 guy. He still has 3 Pro Bowlers potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac
And a
Jones
great
has-
offensive
and
line.
a great offensive line.
However,
and a great defense.
He did lose Trent Williams.
He did lose him. He's the best lineman in
So
football.
it was like
He
Debo and Trent
Yeah.
kind of at the same time.
But still,
He's still got a lot to work with.
he's got a ton to work with. And again, those guys are important. I'm not saying they're not, but
And a
when
running
you
game
got
and tight
when
end.
you got McCaffrey and Kittles and Ayuk, it's not like you can't withstand the blow. You have enough firepower to still beat most teams. So bottom line is Purdy has come under question, but the fact is, Mac Jones has never had any of that shit. None of it. And for him to be completing 65% of his passes is a fucking miracle right now. He still doesn't have the most interceptions in the NFL.
Well, and now Bourne goes out.
Yeah, he just
Right,
lost his best receiver for the season.
But he hadn't even really played the whole season, right?
He had played all but 2 games.
Okay, so what he played?
6 out of 8, yeah.
That's more than I thought he had played.
Yeah, but he was his leading receiver. He was the Pats' number 1 in absence of a real one. He was
Does this open the door for DeMario?
DeMario has been in the game plan the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He has been targeted, so you need to get him involved more, I thought, but they're doing it at least. They weren't doing it at all before.
Does Bourne being out help that?
Well, Tyquan Thornton being a healthy scratch last week made no fucking sense at all.
I hate when I see shit like that.
The problem.
But you never know why. Right?
I don't care. Listen, he runs a 4.2 and he can catch. All he needs to do is run 3 routes. That's it. 3 fucking routes.
So
that's
what would be a
and
good
that's all.
reason to
I
explain
don't
sitting that guy?
know why you're going in where you need speed to fight speed, and
You're leaving
your
yours on the
fastest
bench.
weapon is home, is deactivated for no fucking reason. That's the stupidest fuck. What did he piss off Matt Patricia again? What the fuck? I mean, seriously, seriously? Bill O'Brien is handicapped here because he doesn't have all the toys he needs to help this kid.
Do I look like a French chef? Oui. When I turn the hat around, you turn yours around.
I don't want to do that.
Come
In
on,
fact,
see what
you doing that is making me want to do it even less.
Someone has a problem.
The only thing he's missing.
Someone has a problem.
You know what? If you had a ruby right there in the middle, that'd be awesome. You look like
No, it was a puffy French hat.
But it had the shape going of a possible mini turban.
You and turbans. You have a fascination with turbans.
I love the Swami.
Turn that boomerang off.
I'm trying to force myself to drink water after those blood bags. Well, I guess Casey's having a hard time in America.
We told her she needed to
She
drink
might have
water.
had a little too much blood transfusion. Yeah, a little too much. Anyway, the Pats blew it in Miami, which we said they were. They were down,
You blew it.
Mac
Jeez.
Jones actually. I laughed when people told me the game was over in the second quarter when he threw his pick. Well, so why wasn't it over in the first quarter when Tua threw his? Because he threw a pick too, and he's got at least loaded weapons, and the Pats secondary is depleted. What's his fucking excuse? If you have the weapons he has, you should never throw a fucking pick. Are you kidding me? Yet he threw one before Mac threw his. So, any event, the bottom line is Tua's getting a pass and he's got more weapons. And Mac Jones is being asked to move heaven and earth, and Tom Brady wouldn't be able to do that with this group. I'm sorry.
Well,
No, he wouldn't. He's the only one that could, and I don't think he could because even that when he had a good offensive line, even when he was devoid of weapons, he still had a good offensive line. This offensive line sucks. They can't run the ball for shit.
He did usually have a good
He
line.
had a pretty good offensive line. This line's awful. It might be worse than the one in Tampa that he had last year. When Tampa, I mean, it might be. So I'm just saying that Mac Jones has no shot in hell. No. And it's embarrassing that there are still idiots out there who keep watching his peers succeed and keep ignoring the weapons that they have at their disposal that he doesn't. And it's like, how do you say that with a straight fucking face? You sound like a fucking idiot. Because I remember Tua before he had those weapons, they were questioning not re-signing him in Miami. The same thing with Hurts in Philadelphia. These are two recent examples where in the last 3 years this happened with both those guys who are now considered MVP candidates. And why? Because they both have 2 1s instead of 1 1. But all of a sudden they're great when they were worse than Mac Jones now, and they still had a better offensive line than he had, both of them. Give me a fucking break. You people, the blame here is solely in the lap of Bill Belichick. If you can't understand that, you know nothing about football. He picks, just by the fact that everyone knows he picks everyone on the roster. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom. If you pick everybody on the roster,
I'll correct you if you're wrong.
I mean, are you not the primary suspect here?
No, but see,
this
is where I get in an argument with you, because you're going to sit here and paint that bleak picture about their personnel, but then tell me that it's possible they could win the next 6 games in a row.
Because I don't think their opponents have that much better personnel, and they're and by the way, the Pats are supposed. And by the way, hold on,
Pats suck that much, and then in the same
Pats
say they could win the next 6 games. They suck.
They suck because they lack talent on offense.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
And yet
they suck because.
And yet they almost beat 2 of the elite teams in the league.
But they're just going to keep coming almost.
No, they're not, because you know why? They're not going to be playing teams that good.
I still think it's.
They're not going to be playing teams that good. You're not going to tell me that Pittsburgh's is good.
They got fucking manhandled by fucking New Orleans.
And I would argue New Orleans would beat half the teams that they got left.
New Orleans is a fraud.
Are the Pats supposed to have the best coach or not? Yes or no? Forget GM. Who's supposed to be the best coach in this league?
There's no more supposed to. We've already established that. Bill
So if the talent is comparable, and by the way, in the Philly and Dallas and Miami games, the talent was not comparable. It was a disgusting mismatch.
Right,
okay,
and Philly did.
I'm saying these other teams, the talent,
to not win.
Even in these games, the talent mismatch is not that anywhere near that bad. They may have more, but it's comparable. It's not the elite, and that's why I think they can start winning, because they were competitive in these other games. And at some point, these rookies have to play, these guys that he drafted. Okay? At some point, he's got to put Tyquan Thornton and Demario Douglas out there at the same fucking time. He's got to do it.
Why?
Because they give him the best, they give his quarterback the best chance to see it. But you know why? Because they can get separation, whereas the other guys can't. You know why? Because they're fast.
Right, but why would he make the adjustment?
Save his job.
What's he waiting for?
I don't know.
So my thing is,
I don't know what he's
why would you
for.
think it's going to happen now?
Because they're desperate. They lose one more game. Like mathematically,
they've been desperate.
Listen, they could lose one more game at 10-7 and get in the playoffs. They lose one more though, and they're at that point right now. They have no margin for error.
Like they're going to win out.
No, they don't. They can lose one more. That's it.
One more game the entire season.
If they did that, they'd be 10-7. They'd finish 10-7.
God, that'd be a hell of
If they won, they'd have to win.
The second half.
They'd have to win 8 of their last 10 games, or 9 games. 8 of the last 9. So say they win 4 in a row and they lose one in the middle and they win 4 in a row again. That's possible. Say they win 5 in a row, then lose one, then win 3 in a row. That's possible too.
I don't see it.
You don't have to see it. I'm just saying it's mathematically possible.
Mathematically possible, and what this team is capable
there's only
of.
one team left on their schedule that I don't think they can beat.
Who's that?
Kansas City. That's the only team left that I don't think they can beat.
And they just got punked by the Broncos. So
So how good are they? But the bottom line is, because again, he's missing weapons. He's not doesn't he has Kelsey still. And that's it. Yeah, but Denver actually had a secondary that could double him, and make these other guys have to beat him. By the way, do you know how many drops were in that game again? How many KC? Oh my God!
The kid Moore dropped a touchdown.
Dropped a touchdown, and there was
Dude, did you see Garoppolo last night? Did you see the highlights of the misses he had to Devontae Adams?
There was 2 touchdowns at least.
Bad misses.
There was 2 touchdowns at least. And he hit him, it was a touchdown.
And it wasn't even hard.
No, he was wide. He was wide open.
I would have missed it too, but
he was wide.
Yeah, he was like
you
didn't even have to make a good throw.
An average NFL QB should have no problem.
But you wouldn't even need to make a good throw.
A backup NFL QB should have been able to make those throws.
At the very least, you throw it short, and he doesn't break away to the end zone.
He overthrew him like he got hit by a truck.
He threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, like he got hit as he was throwing it, even though he didn't. That's what it looked like. But that's not what happened. He did not get hit.
In the first half, the Raiders had like 37 pass yards.
In the third quarter, midway through, it was 16-14 after that.
I give their defense credit.
Yeah, they were in the game. As bad as this was looking, it was 16-14 midway through the third.
That was a really good defensive performance. Now, I feel like Detroit made a couple of boneheaded, like
they did.
The pick six never needed to happen.
No.
Goff wasn't under pressure.
No, that was a
It was like, dude,
he hasn't made many bad throws this year, but that was bad.
The fumbles that happened were just like never even needed to happen.
No, they could have been away.
They were in control of the game.
Yeah, they were avoidable mistakes, and that's what. But again, that's just football,
right? But that makes me not get too down on Detroit because it's like
they're 6-2.
Don't make dumb plays, and you can play with anybody.
Look at San Fran's lost 3 in a row. Did anybody see that coming?
No.
So I'm saying, don't tell me that the Pats can't win 6 when a team like San Fran, who shouldn't lose 3 games all year, just lost 3 in a row, and they were the more talented team every fucking time, even with the injuries. Don't fucking tell me that. So if that can happen, I just
think somebody winning 6 in a row in today's NFL is really hard. You don't see a lot of teams do that.
The Pats have won 11 in a row.
With
13 in a row. I know.
With Tom Brady. No, I'm talking about this team.
I'm saying 6 is not 11 or 13.
6 is a lot in a row.
I know, but it's not 11 or 13.
What are they, 1-5?
They're 2-6.
Okay. 6 in a row is a lot for a 2-6 team. Okay? God, what are the Giants?
2-6. Same record.
And
look at his face.
So you're as bad as us. And you're telling me.
I thought he was going to.
I almost keeled over. I almost just banged right on the. This is very dramatic. The fakest heart attack you've ever seen. I was like,
that was so funny.
Wilfred Brimley.
That was George Costanza over exaggerated.
Oh God!
No, it was better. It was Kramer.
God.
Kramer over.
No, it wasn't Kramer. I wasn't all.
Kramer is. Oh my God, he's priceless.
It was more George.
It was close to Kramer.
No, Kramer. I underacted. I went.
I'm telling you, you just put on any Kramer episode where he does something. It's so fucking funny. It's like that. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Anyway.
So what I was saying is that you telling me that made me realize that the Pats are as bad as the Giants. There's no way in heavenly fuck
I don't think
the Giants would be able to win 6 in a row.
I don't think the Giants are as bad as you do. The Giants have played a brutal fucking schedule.
Yeah.
They have either not had Danny Dimes and they've only had Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley on the field for 2 games together. People, I can't stand when they just see something and they don't dig in and look into it. Because if you go a little beneath the surface, you might see some things that might have contributed to beyond the fact that you think the team stinks. Okay, for example, if their 2 best offensive players, who I think he would agree is Danny Dimes and Saquon, Danny Dimes in that order rather, and in 6 of the 8 games you played, you've only had 1 of them, and you're playing that schedule? Are you fucking kidding me?
So here's the thing. So I'm not mad at the players for this last game. Okay?
That was coaching.
Because
that was coaching.
And I'm not mad at the players for all of those things you're talking about.
That was squarely on your coach.
It is okay. You were down to your 3rd quarterback. The fact that your defense played well enough to keep you in that game and literally not let the Jets do anything.
Yeah, the thing is, you still had Saquon Barkley,
right?
And you've got to be able to find a way to get him the ball in space. I don't care who the guy is taking the snaps. There's got to be a play that fucking a donkey could be back there, and you get the ball to him somehow. And don't tell me they don't have a play like that, because that's who Saquon Barkley is. And every team that has a play like that has a play like that for that guy.
Dude,
whether it's a receiver or a running back.
But way beyond that, when you think about the decisions Daboll made throughout that game, there was a point in the first half where the Giants were probably on like the 30-yard line of the Jets.
Yeah.
It was 4th and 1. It was something like that, 4th and 1.
Yeah.
And instead of going for it, and this is when Tyrod Taylor was in the game.
Yeah.
Instead of going for it, he tries to kick a field goal. It's pouring rain.
Yeah, I don't.
It's pouring fucking rain. You either punt it or go for it.
When I saw that, because I didn't see it live, when I saw they showed
that at the
they showed
the
it
first half
They
one?
showed it. No, they showed it on Sports Center at the end of the night.
But was it the first half, 4th and 1?
No, it was the one.
Because then on the other side, he decides at the end of the game,
Yeah.
with 18 seconds left,
Yeah.
he decides, I'm going to kick a field goal instead of going for it. And I'm
That one was bad too.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, that was bad too.
Get one. I know 1 yard has been hard to come by, okay? But again, you've got Saquon. Hand him just fuck or do a QB dive.
Do a tush push with
Right.
Saquon in the backfield. He takes the snap
Sure, yeah, exactly.
and just line
Anything.
up the beef and push
Just get
them
1
1
yard.
yard.
And if you don't, your defense hopefully will stop them.
Yeah.
Now, I know I kind of argue that, but the defense didn't stop them. He kicks the field goal. Gano misses. That one was even closer. That one was a chip shot.
Yeah.
Then you find out Gano had something wrong with his plant leg going. into
Yeah,
the
that
game.
was another thing.
So why are we even trying to kick field goals in the wet? In the wet.
He if you know this, his point, why are you trying?
Okay, so then you have all of that. Now there was also a questionable spotting of the ball. The ref didn't spot the ball. The center on the Jets came up, spotted the ball for the kick at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Apparently, that might have not been legal.
Yeah.
But then going into overtime, the Giants win the toss, and they say, "Give us the ball."
Yep.
Why? You haven't moved the ball
Yeah.
more than 10 yards. They had like -9 passing yards.
I mean, I would think the Jets QB of all people would be a reason enough to give them the ball.
Give them the ball. Your defense has held them down.
At some point, there's a very good chance he's going to fuck this up.
Well, or you get a
And-
fumble or something happen. Like
and-
the defense had played so well. So
To his credit, he's been better the past few weeks. But at some point, he's going. You put enough pressure on him. I wonder. I just wonder. But that never got to happen. No. So.
well, no, because the Giants took the ball.
Yeah.
They threw 3 passes.
Yeah.
2 of them were 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think they had a holding on one of them, so they went back 10 yards.
Uh-huh.
They threw 3 times behind the line of scrimmage and punted the ball. If that's what you were going to do, give them the ball to
Give him
start the
ball.
fucking overtime.
I
so
remember
that you have better field position.
And he was swearing into his phone when it was going on. I was like, oh my god.
It's fucking bullshit.
It was bad. It was very bad. And
that's where I get a little confused because people talk about
it was the first time I openly questioned Dave.
Dable.
First time I openly questioned.
It's not my first time this year, but like it's the most
I mean,
obvious
I'm
one.
not saying he hasn't made some mistakes, but those ones I can understand. This one I can't. This one I can't understand.
It was bad
It was
managing
bad.
of the game.
It was bad managing.
Like
Yeah.
in terms of situational awareness, when you look at the pouring rain,
He's supposed to be way better than that.
the guy's plant leg. Maybe he wasn't injured, but they said his plant leg was swollen. The kicker.
Yeah, something about it was a swelling.
Okay, so
It was swelling. Yeah, swelling.
So in pouring rain, why would you make a guy with a plant leg that does or may
Listen,
not have something
I
wrong?
openly questioned a few of his decisions on
Yeah.
Sunday. And honestly, I know I'm not the only one. And I'm not talking about him because that's a given. He's the given. But I've been seeing, and I've seen the mistakes he's made before. But those ones, I'm like, all right, I can sort of see why that happened. I'm not saying it was right, but I can sort of see why it happened. What happened Sunday? Sunday looked like he was a kid in a carnival. He was lost. He just looked fucking lost.
Kid in the carnival.
No, he was lost. Like he was looking for his parents.
But I'll
Couldn't
admit
find him.
this:
He's fucking lost.
my football IQ is not that great. So,
But those are common.
I know,
those
I know.
are-
But the overtime one, I didn't call out in real time.
I'm
When
not-
when he didn't give the ball to them,
yeah.
like I didn't think that was a bad decision at first. And then they got on the field, and I said to myself, "Oh shit! Why did they get the ball? Like they're not going to do anything with it." You know, like
I'm saying
they have a
that-
better chance of getting a turnover or something on defense.
I'm not saying that I am smarter than an NFL coach when it comes to football. I'm saying there are some obvious things
Yeah, I know. I wasn't
that
saying
you don't
were saying
you don't have to be a football expert to know. It's common sense.
Yeah, I was just
And-
admitting that for that one.
But the problem is these mistakes are common sense mistakes. They're not a football acumen like, all right, because you could give me a scenario as to why, and the numbers might back
Why
him up.
didn't you call a nickel
Yeah,
defense?
I mean, he could tell me, well, this guy on this against this coverage does this and this down and distance, and he might be right. Okay, and if that's his reason, well, he's got a logical reason for what he's doing. Okay, I get that. But this other shit, no,
It doesn't fit.
it doesn't fly.
Yeah.
It doesn't fly. It's not. You don't have to be that. That's stuff that the common man who watches football knows.
The common person.
The common football fan who watches it every Sunday.
There we go.
Knows. Because you know why? Because he's watched enough football over the years. He's probably seen these things.
They have watched enough football?
They, whatever. But they've watched enough football over the years where they've seen this happen a few times.
Huh?
And they know from past experience how those things turned out as to why you don't do it.
Ooh.
But we're supposed to bow, yield, kneel because that guy's on the sideline with the headset. No. No. And I'll tell you why no. Because if I'm shelling out $300 on a Sunday, because that's how I'm investing my money, I expect fucking results. Because that's how the world works. You pay for a service, you expect a certain level of performance. And when you don't get it, yes, you fucking have the right to bitch about it because you spent the money on it.
Did you spend $300 on
Every
Sunday
weekend.
night?
What?
On Sunday night
Sunday night.
to watch the game? Is that what you said?
No, I'm saying if you go, when I had season tickets,
Oh.
every Sunday was $300 bills.
No, but
Just for me.
that's a lot
Just
of
for
money.
me. Every
But
fucking Sunday.
now you don't.
No, I haven't gone in forever. I gave them up when I got married. Before we even moved here. Before I even knew I was going to move here.
What a guy.
Because I knew I couldn't justify dropping fucking during the football season
not
$1,200
worth
a month.
it.
It's not worth it. It's just not.
Yeah.
And
And I promise it's a better view on the TV.
no, I loved it. I loved every minute of it, but
Right.
I couldn't justify it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it was just me, and I had no other bills. Yeah, I can do that. But now you've got a house, and you have kids. You cannot blow $1,200 a month. Most
No.
people on fucking football
Yeah.
that you aren't playing.
You can blow half that on food at your house.
Because your wife will say, for $35 a month, I can get you this channel that you can fucking see everything you want from every angle you want.
Did you get it?
No, it was fucking $350. That was fucking.
It's hard to justify that one too.
It is. But anyway, Mr. Belichick and all you fucking people out there, if I invest the money in something, you're goddamn right I'm going to fucking criticize you. So fuck
Mr.
you.
Belichick.
Okay? Because I'm paying your fucking salary, Bill. I know where that fucking $300 every Sunday was going. Okay? It wasn't going to the fucking Cancer Institute up the street. No, it was going to your fucking back pocket. So fuck you. Okay? Because I was the only fucking person spending $300 every Sunday. So when you make that investment, yeah, you have the right to complain about it. Okay? If I don't spend any money on the hats and the paraphernalia or the training camp shit, then no, I shouldn't say a fucking thing. I'm not that invested in it. But I am when I'm spending money on it. At that point, I reserve the right to fucking criticize. Okay? And people sit there and fucking give this
Somebody
guy...
been telling you can't?
No, but there are people that think that, well, you didn't fucking play in the NFL. Or you didn't coach in the NFL. You can't say nothing. No, that's not true.
Has somebody been talking that shit lately?
There's always, not to me, but there's always, if you go to these chat rooms, there's always one idiot who thinks that he's the fucking Messiah. That he's the voice of reason. Like this beam's going to shoot down from the heavens. And it's him
That's
with a...
not you in these chat rooms?
I say to him...
So you find that guy.
I find that
You
guy.
find that guy.
I wait for that
And what-
fucking
and
guy.
I- and what
And
do
I
you say?
blast his ass.
So
And I
you just,
fucking go...
you just go in here and you
And I go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm
Where's
sorry, Giuseppe.
Jesus?
I'm sorry, Donatello, Donalizio. Jesus. My bad, Poseidon.
So what method do you use to find this particular
Oh, you
douche
just go
in every chat
All you
room?
do is find a...
And when you say chat room, it takes me back to LOL.
It's like that.
I said AOL. LOL. AOL. It takes me back to...
Yeah.
Are there really chat rooms now?
There still are.
Where?
You can... The sports franchise all have them. Chat room.
Chat rooms?
A chat room. Like you go onto a website
Okay.
and there's like a link in the store that says below it says chat.
Okay,
Boom,
okay.
you go
So
in
you're
there.
like commenting on a story.
Yeah. or a question, like if it's a poll, so something like that. Like, well, who's the most blamed for the Patriots
Okay,
loss?
okay.
And then it's like A,
So
Mac
you
Jones,
look for the
B.
douchiest comment?
I look for the guy who criticizes the guy who criticizes the coach or the GM.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you have a GM in the league? Did you ever have like that? You know who that dickhead is. Everybody knows somebody
So
like
then,
that.
and what do you say to that guy?
I'm like, hey, ass clown. I'm like, you don't have to fucking be in the league as employed by the league to fucking have two eyes that work. And we're talking about common fucking sense here. Okay, we're not talking about fucking. There is football 101. There's fucking common sense. Okay, all right. And football 101 is not what we're talking about here. The mistakes you're talking about are common sense mistakes, which is why you have every right to question them because you weren't the only one doing it, by the way. I mean, all the fucking experts, all the ex-players, all those people, they were questioning it too, dickhead. So that's the guy I blast. I'm like, you clearly, because these assholes, they never actually do their research. 9 times out of 10, a person comes on and makes a comment, but they got it from someone who's reputable. Yeah. Who's an ex-NFL coach, player, whatever. That's where the opinion that they formed came from that dude, that person. So when I see this that asshole, that's the one I bum blast. I'm like, hey, fuck stick. You know who said that? Jim Harbaugh. What does he do for a living? He's a fucking coach in the NFL, dickhead. So that's where he got it from. So eat a dick, and it's fucking seriously. Yeah. I wait for those fucking people because they drive me nuts. I mean, and the thing about the Bill Belichick one, there was always the scrubbers who ignored the facts. And Bill we trust, and Bill we trust, and Bill we trust. And then he just keeps losing. And not signing players. By the way, I'll tell you what was great about Sunday was it was a double. It was like being bum blasted twice. Why? It was like being in origin. You were the bum blasting from both sides, from both ends. Explain. Well, not only did the Patriots lose in Miami because at the end of the day they didn't have enough firepower to keep up with them. But not too far away in a not too distant land, a certain free agent receiver was scoring more touchdowns by himself than the entire Patriots roster. His name, DeAndre Hopkins. And with a backup quarterback, I might add, throwing him the ball. Against a defense designed to stop him.
First game.
A rookie, throwing him the ball against a defense that was designed to stop him. Okay? He had 4 catches for 128 yards and 3 fucking touchdowns. I wonder, Tom, if Mac Jones could use a player like that. I just wonder. And then I wonder...
Tough, though, because you didn't really have a chance to... Oh, no, you had the best chance to get him in the offseason. Leading the pack.
They had the most money to offer.
And didn't do it. And
okay.
It seems like he's got...
You look at every quarterback that's excelling, and they've all got at least a number 1. And a decent offensive line. He's got neither. He's got neither. Their offensive line, against a battered Dolphin front 7, they ran for a 77 yards. 77
Dude,
fucking yards.
I don't want to fucking hear it. The Giants gave up 11 sacks to the Seahawks.
That's just as bad.
That's worse.
That's just as bad.
Worse.
Just as bad. But yeah, that's all Danny Dimes' fault.
Right. Danny Dimes stinks.
That's all his fault.
Because he's got a wall of Swiss cheese in front of him.
Oh, God. What was that picture I sent you where it was like 1.6 seconds after the snap, and he's just at the end of his drop, and there's 2 fucking guys breathing on him?
Daniel Jones or Mac?
Both of them. Well, Danny's was less. Danny's was like 1.2. That was earlier in the year, and then because he was backing up, and there's a guy coming from his about to kill him.
Could you imagine if you had to make a decision in 1.2 seconds?
No.
But
I don't think I've ever made a decision.
It's almost like...
I mean, on the basketball court,
it's almost
maybe,
like hitting a baseball.
Yeah, on the basketball court, yeah, but not in real life.
Yeah, but... Yeah, no, that's true.
The basketball court, yeah.
Sometimes
it's literally you split second. You react,
with a pass or rebound.
A steal. You come from the weak side and get a steal. It's like, that's a
But usually I feel like you have more than one. Well, 1 second it could be. But, you think about hitting a baseball. 100-mile-an-hour baseball. Yeah. You probably have
How many seconds from the time it leaves the pitcher's hand to the catcher's mitt?
Well,
how many seconds?
No,
3?
But it's
2?
how many times, how much time from the time it leaves their hand to the time you have to make up your mind whether or not you're going to swing. It's probably like 0.14 or something like that.
I'm saying it's nuts.
Like you have to decide that's going to be here in 60 feet.
Yep.
But quarterbacking just as hard.
Of course it is.
1.5 seconds. You've got to decide where am I going with this ball? Who's doing what?
4 or 5 behemoths trying to kill you.
Yeah, scary. Dudes.
It's not like a video game where bleep bleep. You have failed. No. You can get decapitated. Yeah. you can get your back broken. You could
not walk.
You can get your knee smashed. It's just like fucking. It's like a car accident, and you're not driving a car. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so if you have no protection.
Yeah. So Mac Jones is a sitting duck. And for Danny Jones, with the exception, because he at least has an all-pro. He has Saquon. He has one thing Mac doesn't have. Because Ramondre Stevenson's no Saquon Barkley, and he's a good back. He ain't his class. No fucking way. He's a top 3 back.
Saquon's top 5.
He's top 3 back in the NFL. Ramondre Stevenson's nice. He ain't him. He ain't that dude. He ain't.
And that's why it's a damn shame when they can't pick up a yard on 4th and 1 to win the game.
Before Brandon Waller got hurt, or Darren Waller got hurt, you had him too, and he has Pro Bowl talent. He's had 2 1,000-yard seasons from the tight end spot. Pats don't have anybody like that. Hunter Henry never did that.
He hasn't been very effective.
No, because they haven't gotten the ball.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and that's a shame because I feel like a weapon like that, even with a bad O-line, you should be able to utilize it.
Yeah.
Like he should be running the hot routes when there's a blitz or when somebody gets through.
I agree.
But
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like players like that, Mac Jones is devoid of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's this is how bad it is. Kendrick Bourne is done for the season, and people are panicking. Kendrick Bourne.
Dude, y'all have really suffered some big injuries.
Who the fuck panics over a Kendrick Bourne? What the fuck has Kendrick Bourne ever done? How many 1,000-yard seasons has he had? How many Pro Bowl appearances has he had? How many multiple touchdown? Give me anything that's spectacular. Give me one thing he's done.
Dude, Cincinnati could lose Tyler Boyd.
And he'd be better than anybody. Tyler Boyd would be better than anybody.
Right. Like
he's their
they
3.
They could lose Tyler Boyd, and it's still probably more of a loss than Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, it is.
Not to like diss Kendrick Bourne.
I'm saying, but that's how devoid Mac Jones is of weapons, that Kendrick Bourne is a fucking story. That tells you all you need to know. When Kendrick fucking Bourne is the fucking story on offense.
He's got talent. That's why. No?
You can. There's only one team in the NFL he could be a number 1 on. It's this one.
That's the Patriots.
In fact, there's only one team he could be a number 2 on. This one. He's a 3 at best.
You think on
he's a
Giants
3?
He's a 3?
With Waller and the kid Hyatt, yeah, he'd be a good.
No, but take out Waller, Slayton, Hyatt.
Him and Slayton are even. He's like, I'd say they're both 3s.
Yeah, you're right.
I think
Slayton's like a very low 2.
He's a high 3. He's a good 3. He'd be a good 3. I'm just saying, but and I think Kendrick Bourne would be a good 3, but he's not a 1.
He's
but
not a guy that gets injured and you should go,
yeah,
oh my God,
you shouldn't. Our season's over.
Right.
You shouldn't fucking panic with it. That guy's never done anything of that kind of significance. The best season he ever had, 855 yards.
Which is good. That's good for
Juju Smith-Schuster had a 1,400 yards.
Juju
Smith-Schuster, who's worse than Kendrick Bourne, has had a 1,400 yard season. Nobody seems to be panicking over him.
You think Juju's worse than Kendrick Bourne?
Mm-hmm. He's not healthy.
Juju was a 2.
The knee. Yeah, but before he was healthy, he hasn't been healthy all season.
I'm talking about Juju.
If Juju's healthy, he's a 2. But he's not healthy, and he hasn't been, and he keeps trying to play through it.
Is he sitting now?
He was activated for the Miami game.
How'd he do?
He caught a touchdown. But it was only it was a 3-yard pass. He was benched for most of the game. And then he came into the red zone. He caught it. Mac found him for a touchdown. But Mac sucks. Guy gets off the bench. Mac gets him a touchdown. I mean,
what the fuck's up with Bill O'Brien?
They don't have any weapons.
I know, but be creative.
It's hard to be creative when you don't have any weapons to be creative with. Now look,
I haven't watched enough to really.
I'm saying
I don't know what their offense looks like.
Well, first of all, if you're gonna get creative, get Tyquan Thornton out there. You want to do a double reverse? Demario Douglas. Get guys like that. Butte, the kid from LSU.
Right.
Get those guys in the field because they just have raw talent.
Put athletes out there.
So you can do that kind of shit. Because if nothing else, those 3 are athletic.
Double George reverse.
They're more
like your life depended on it.
Fake 23 blast.
Is that what it was?
Fake 23. Fake 23. Fake 23 blast.
And then did he say George reverse?
With a backside George reverse.
Like a backside George reverse.
With a backside George reverse.
Fake side? What was it?
No, it was a fake 23 blast.
Fake 23 blast.
Fake 23 blast. And he's looking around like this and he's like, what a backside George reverse.
Backside George.
Like your life depended on it.
So did he say it twice?
Yes,
did he say it twice?
He did like fake 23 blast. And he starts looking like this, like crazy eye. He gets all crazy eye. He goes, fake 23 blast. With a backside George reverse. With a backside George reverse. Like your life depended on it.
No, but didn't he, after he said all that, didn't he go back and say it again?
What do you mean?
So it was a fake 23 reverse?
He goes, fake 23 blast.
Fake 23
then he
blast.
paused.
Right.
Because he wasn't sure where he was going. But he was thinking about what Yost got in his ear.
So
Remember Yost got in his ear?
did
He goes, remember, he's slant. He's over on your stomach. Saying, you got to throw something back. The back door. He's not ready for it. And then he looks around. He goes, Ref, where's Ref? Ref. He goes, all right, you ready to run, boy? Yes, sir. All right. And he looks down. He looks kind of like a head down. He goes, fake 23 blast. And he pauses. He's like, all right, wait a minute. And he goes, fake 23 blast with a backside George reverse. With a backside George reverse, like your life depends on it.
Okay, so he only repeated with a backside George reverse.
No, the fake 23 blast. He did it twice.
He did that too?
Yeah, because he goes fake 23 blast. And he stops himself.
Okay, then he stopped.
And he goes fake 23 blast with a backside George reverse. With a backside George reverse, like your life depends on it.
Oh, that's such a great movie.
Oh, fucking love it.
Such a great movie.
Fucking love it.
DJ's tried to ruin that movie for me, but I still love it.
It's funny.
I know. Oh, I mean, that movie's more than funny.
It's got great messages,
movie's amazing.
but it's funny too. Because there's things in there
Oh, they weave the comedy
that
into
Boone
it.
says and Yost says. When I close my eyes, I hear my father. Like literally, that is shit my father would have said.
I like how they weaved comedy into
I mean,
the seriousness of the movie too.
no, I mean, but they treat it with a sense of humor because you have to laugh at it. Because people are stupid. And look at.
But they also show the ugliness of it all.
But again, that you're not born with hate; it gets taught. That is a fact. No one's born with hatred. You are taught that, like everything else.
Fake 23 blast. Fake 23 blast with a backside George reverse. With a backside George reverse like your life depended on it.
That's it.
Did I get it?
You got it. Nailed it. Boom.
Now we're gonna listen to it and see how different it actually
It's probably,
is.
probably fucked it all up. It's probably not even a 23 blast. It's probably like a strawberry ice cream cup. Super.
Ah,
It's probably. It's like a fake 69 bum blast. A fake 69 bum blast with a spin around blowjob like you like to pin it on, boy. I'm going.
oh, okay. I'm back.
That's
Ooh,
terrible. That's terrible.
felt like my head was gonna explode.
I mean,
on that.
I don't know.
Upside down pineapple cheesecake.
I don't know what.
Upside down pineapple cheesecake with a butt face reverse on the backside.
With a side of Sue Sweat and I hit it. I can let the pin on it. Soda fin Swahili, boy. Soda fin Swahili. A side of that. Like your life depended on it. That's so fucking terrible. I mean, this is awful. I almost don't want to publish this.
Why? What was so bad about that?
Not you, me. That I'm laughing at it.
Oh,
That's terrible.
It's funny.
It is funny. Anyway, that's going to do it for segment
Fake pride 20. Shit, I forgot it. Fake side 23. What was it?
We're going to come back segment 2.
What is segment 2?
Basketball, NBA. We're going to talk about
Knicks,
it.
Cavs are on shit.
Mr. Harden got traded today.
he
We're going to
did.
discuss this. I want his take on that.
Take?
And the Boston Celtics, best starting 5 in the league? Probably. However, worst bench in the league? Stay tuned.
Celts?